What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim, and I'm in my brand new location. So check this out, brand new studio at Full Grip Games here. Going to show you guys around a little bit. There's a little pool table over there, couch over there in case I feel like taking a nap, and maybe a very loud AC unit over there. So if you guys can hear that, I apologize. Not perfect yet, but I obviously only have one light set up as well. You guys can notice I'm kind of very vignetted, but that's okay. We are still working out the kinks of this new studio location, but it's amazing for me, amazing. So shout out to Full Grip for giving me a space for Tricky Jim, amazing. But also, I'm going to be working with Full Grip Games here in the month to come. So amazing opportunities for me, amazing opportunities for Full Grip Games. Many of you guys may be familiar with them already just because I've done a bunch of tournaments here, vlogged here before as well, and many of my friends already work here. So I'm going to be working with Full Grip Games, taking a short break from teaching while I finish up my master's degree, just trying to simplify my life really going forward. I was just like pulling my hair out. Something had to give here, and fortunately for you guys and for me, it's not the YouTube stuff. So we're going to be investing more time, more energy, more creativity into Tricky Jim going forward. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to be doing more streams, matches, tournaments, things like that. Going to be able to stream here to Tricky Jim as well. So we're very excited about a lot of these opportunities going forward. And then I'm also going to be working with Full Grip Games, so that's just an amazing opportunity for me as well. Going to provide some stability to the channel, and then also obviously anytime you guys see Full Grip Games at an event, and eventually their Pokemon stuff is going to be up on their website as well, and anytime you guys support them as a store, you're supporting me and all my friends as content creators and just as people, right? You're literally, it's a small business. You're like just supporting us directly as well. So it's going to be a very cool opportunity for pretty much all of us going forward. You guys in the audience, me as a creator, and all my friends as just, you know, people out here trying to live our lives. So this is cool stuff going forward. Still pursuing my master's degree. It's just that the teaching job that I was at was burning me out. Honestly, I'd been there for a little over 4 years, and we're parting ways on good terms. It just things had to get simplified here, and I'm really excited about the direction of my life, the direction of the channel, direction of everything going forward. It's gonna be awesome. So let's get down to some gameplay. Is there enough news for now? Let's play some Pokemon trading card game here. First video in the new spot. We're gonna be playing Incineroar, guys. So Andrew Dankus, a good friend of mine from the Columbus area, sent me this Incineroar list. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little memey, all right? It's a little memey. It's not like it. It is pure fire. I'm not gonna lie. The list is pure flames. That's because it's 100% fire type. Now the idea of the Incineroar deck is to set up Incineroar and then you kind of tank with it. It's got 250 hit points, kind of like the wishy-washy list, right? Except you just tank with Incineroar and you use that Hustling Strike attack, right? 20 more damage for each of your bench fire Pokemon. That's why we play all fire Pokemon in this deck. We use Incineroar, we use Magcargo, and we try to just set up that way. And then we just kind of bludgeon people with Hustling Strike over and over again, trying to do like between 110 and 130 damage. If you Kukui, oh no, not the turn 1 judge, but if you Kukui when your when your bench is full, then you could do 130 damage. What's up, Matt?
What's up?
Matt Price in the house. I am yep. So we are getting judged turn 1. We do have an Ultra Ball, but we do not have any sort of Lily or Lele in this deck, so it might be a little bit difficult to get out of this kind of tough opening hand. My opponent looks like they are playing some sort of Shrine deck, probably Buzz, Shrine, Garb, if I had to guess. We really wish that we had this Oricorio in the active position, though. Being able to search for 3 basic fire Pokemon would be very good for us. We play 4 of this Oricorio, really just in hopes that we start it. And then also, we have an Ultra Ball. We can get a Magcargo next turn if this Slugma doesn't get knocked out, which could help us bring us out of this kind of tough start scenario. But it's all good. Let's see, we've got the Oricorio. I feel like I just kind of slammed that down. And then I could Magma Ring my opponent, which could be cool, keep them from retreating. But honestly, if they retreat for 2, I don't really care. So I think that I kind of just save that energy and the Ultra Ball there and see what we get going on next turn. Hopefully we top deck like a supporter. If we don't, we Ultra Ball for a Magcargo and stack a supporter onto the top of our deck and go from there. So that's kind of what we are looking at. We should do very well against these Shrine decks, honestly. I think just a 250 hit point Pokemon, even though they are playing Shrine, even though we do have a Pokemon GX that is going to be taking Shrine damage, I think that we still should be doing pretty good. Looking like this Buzzwole's probably going to do... Yep, looking like just the 50 damage there. So we're cool on that. Not taking... Why is it only 50? Don't they do 30? Oh, yeah, 30 plus 20 is... Andrew's really good at math. That's what we got going on. Okay, so I think that I can evolve into Torcat. That's probably the play here. And then Ultra Ball away both those things. Go get a Magcargo. And stack a supporter onto the top of my deck. That kind of feels the best here. None of it feels very good. Like, we don't really love it, but that's just what we got going on. Turn 1 Judge is kind of brutal for this deck to deal with, and then we're just going to smooth over with nothing in hand. So it happens sometimes. My opponent is going to be taking a knockout there, but at least we're going to have ourselves a supporter. So I think that I wish I could play that Blaine, right? The Blaine's Last Stand is very crazy, allowing me to draw 2 cards for every fire Pokemon I haven't played, but I'm only going to have 2 fire Pokemon to play. So it's looking like Lily Town for us. We're just going to stack that Lily onto the top and then pass to my opponent. Yep. They've got a knockout here. I am probably not getting a knockout on the Buzzwole next turn, but if I can just stabilize my board, that would be good. Unfortunately, this Oricorio also does not resist fighting. Kind of wish it did, but I guess the fire Pokemon that are flying don't resist fighting though, because they are like weak to ground, right? But then they also resist. So does it cancel out? Are they like neutral to each other? I think that that's probably the situation. Though the Pokemon would resist fighting types, they wouldn't resist ground types, I guess, because they're part fire. Fire's weak. Lots of things kind of going into that there. And that's kind of where you start to see the breakdown of the types being weird in the TCG compared to the VGC, because fighting type, encompasses, rock, ground, and fighting, which are all 3 very different types, right? But it's all good. It kind of works out, and it's its own thing, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see, we've got Torcat going into the active here. We know we're top decking a Lily, so that is pretty dope. Let's draw ourselves 6 cards, and yikes, we don't have ourselves an energy, but that's fine. Maybe we'll get one next turn. See, we've got ourselves the Rescue Stretcher, so I think we just go ahead and play the Rescue Stretcher, get ourselves, from discard pile into our hand. Very good. Gonna take that Slugma there and just slap that down, and then we've got Ultra Ball, but nothing else really going on. We're not going to be able to stack a card onto our top deck until next turn. So this is just feeling very grindy. I don't think that this deck is really, probably good enough to really do too much. But I did win. I think I won a game that I played with it earlier. I gave it one test run earlier to see if the deck could actually hang, but it's looking a little bit of a grind fest right now. I find myself in these weird situations without draw supporters just all the time. So let's see, my opponent's got Copycat. I don't think Copycat's really going to be able to do too much. I think we definitely want to, we're going to be hustling striking here and doing all that. They're going to bring up the Slugma again. They know that's a pain for me. That's fine. I'll evolve into Magcargo, and then we're going to Guzma something else out. They're eventually going to be able to swing around. That is very bad for me. We don't want my opponent to swing around at all. So let's Guzma up the Diancie. I think that probably feels like the best situation for me. Let's put the I'm fine putting the Oricorio into the active, honestly. And then we're going to stack something else onto the top of my deck. Probably just another supporter, honestly. We just need more going on. I've got plenty of max potions in here. Let's just get myself a Cynthia. And then, sure, we got ourselves another supporter for next turn. But the Magcargo is just so essential for this deck to work. And with my opponent just targeting down the Magcargo like that, I was going to say, I have to feel like they just kind of have it, unfortunately. They're just going to kind of be able to tear through my stuff here. And I don't have, let's see, how many items do I have in this card pile? 3. That's fine. Let's get the Oricorio here, and then eventually we're going to have to Passionate Dance here to kind of get set up. So we're going to hope we get a Fire Energy off of this supporter. We do, so that is good. And then we can Passionate Dance. Maybe we can eventually Kindle, discard an opponent from discard energy from this Pokemon. That's actually not very good, but it does soften up my opponent, but I don't want to ever put like 3 energy onto that Oricorio either, so that is kind of just a feel bad situation. Now my deck might kind of just tank out now that I don't have, honestly, that I don't have the Magcargo. I'm out of Magcargo. My opponent has gunned down both of them. I don't have Rescue Stretcher. Just feels bad. So we're going to get 2 Littens here and go from there. That's fine. Then we have our, we have our 5 bench Pokemon. I can retreat and start using Hustling Strike. But at this point, so long as if my opponent, gets they're able to get that stadium into play, it is going to start to be bad. They're going to really be able to wear away. If they start swinging around, it's pretty awful. I think we play like 4 Kukui, which is a lot of Kukui. It's definitely good, but we just don't have them in our hands. We can't stack them into play. It's just kind of brutal all over the place. So let's see here. Yeah, I think we kind of just have to go in and just start like 2-hit KOing this thing. So it's kind of what we got. I feel like I should Pal Pad just to put more supporters into my deck and increase my odds of drawing one, just since things are so kind of rough right now. And then we're just going to retreat, and here we go, doing Hustle and Strike for 110. Really wish we had a Kukui in that hand, but we just don't. So it's all good. We'll see, we'll see how long we can last. Honestly, swing around's looking a little bit suspect. And then also, my opponent has just whiffed the stadium for a very long time, which is excellent for me because I really don't want them to be chipping away at my hit points. I mean, 250 is a lot, but if my opponent can turn that into a 2-hit KO, we're going to be in a horrible situation, especially since I am like generally 2-hit KOing like all of their Pokemon unless I play Kukui. So that is that's kind of brutal. They're going to switch into a fresh Buzzwole and use Swing Around here. If they get 1 heads, 120, 2 heads, 140, so 120 damage there. Pretty substantial. Starting to feel like I could get 2-hit KO. Let's just go ahead and max potion since we are missing the knockout here. That's kind of rough. And we'll just Cynthia for more cards. So hoping that we get a fire energy. We do. I also have the option to get another one of my, another one of my Incineroars into play, but we're gonna chill on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 items in the discard pile. See if I get 6 items into the discard pile, then yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do have like a ton of hit points, but I really don't want to waste it. It just feels kind of bad. So if I do get the super boost, that could be good. I can, I do have an option if I eventually get super boost into play, start using Tiger Swing. Tiger Swing can take a 1-hit knockout on these things. I think the only way I'm really, that's actually great for me. I love this. Please hit into my Oricorio. That's just great. And then I think we need to like maybe eventually take out the Diancie would be very good for us. The Mimikyu I'm not worried about at all. The Garbodors are eventually going to be a pain. That's kind of what we got going on. So let's just go up with our Incineroar. At this point, I'm like not even convinced that, let's see. Oof. Kind of a tough call here. I feel like we just Lily first, actually. Yeah, we just got to bench that to do, to make sure that we're doing our maximum amount of damage. You can actually get into a tough situation where you don't have enough bench Pokemon to kind of do damage. There only plays 1 Rescue Stretcher in this list, and we've already used it. So that can be tough. So we need to be wary of that. I think I wait until next turn to get myself another one of these Incineroars and kind of go from there. I could attach the Super Boost to the active. That just is like, feels really bad. So let's just Hustling Strike. We're fine. I don't need to rush anything. We're just going to take our single prizers. We got a max potion here. So this feels better. I think next turn, if they, let's see, they're going to bring up this one. That's cool. I think then I max potion and then attach the Super Boost, I guess, and kind of go from there and hope that maybe I can like sweep a couple of attackers with the Super Boost. But at this point, just being this far behind, I don't think there's any way that I can really stop this deck from overwhelming me, especially with the rare with all these items in the discard pile. Garbodor is just eventually going to catch up in a way that, and there's a Shrine. Okay, so they do play Shrine of Punishment. Just took them a long time to find it. Some of these lists are playing only 3 shrines, so if you're only playing 3 shrines, there is a chance that it takes you a little bit longer to find it which, that's just it's just a very real possibility. So let's see here. They've got their Garbodor kind of ready to go as well. That is a little bit troubling for me. I definitely don't want that Garbodor out here. 2 heads, 140 damage. That's like 170 with the Choice Band, 180 with the Shrine. Now we're feeling kind of bad, right? So let's, yeah, we're just going to knock out this swing around guy for sure. So let's just max potion this. And then I definitely don't want to just waste my super boost. But that just might be, and I hate to just Ultra Ball away 2 Guzmas, but I need my bench Pokemon to do as much damage as I can. And I've already like run out of Pokemon, right? So we see how like rough this is. Like I think at this point there's just no winning. This deck is just not good. Oh, it's just not good. That's okay though. Sometimes you just play a deck that's just not that good. So let's, I don't want to put my super boost on this one. I guess I could though. It really doesn't matter. I mean, I want to take as many clean one-hit knockouts as I can. So let's rare candy into, yeah, we're gonna rare candy into this one here, and then I think I could be greedy and just Cynthia and hope I hit a fire energy. But then if I whiff, that's like really bad. I think we just probably play the super boost and then we'll Cynthia, and I'll probably hit a fire either way. I did, so kind of wishing that I had just played the fire, but that's fine. We can just Hustling Strike. And then next turn, if I get myself another copy of Incineroar into play, which I have, then I can take a clean one-hit knockout on maybe this Buzzwole. If I do hit, like, if I Burning Slam GX, like I could probably Burning Slam GX or something. So we'll do that. But then we're just at a point where we need to, like, Kukui with a full bench to knock out everybody else. So it should kind of just, come to a screeching halt here. Oh, and there's B-strings in this deck. That's just a feel-bad situation. Let's see, they got 1, 2, they do get both fighting. Okay. So, and an attachment to the Garbodor. That feels bad. So they're doing 140 base right now, and then with the Shrine, they're doing more. It's just like, I've got items in the discard pile. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items in the discard pile. So they're not hitting one-hit KOs, which is good, but still rough for me. Let's see. I think I can Guzma. I can't really Guzma and take a meaningful knockout since I'm only doing 110. So I think I could Guzma and knock out the Mimikyu, which would save my Incineroar GX. But either way, like we kind of just are gonna use. Let's see. We're kind of just gonna use the Incineroar GX for that, for that GX attack anyway. So I don't really care. That's fine, more or less. Like, we're good with that. So let's just do this. I think take the GX knockout. I hate that like all these guys are going to be taking Shrine damage for sure, but there's not really too much else that we can do. I think that I need to just take my I need to use that 200 and just take my GX while I can. No point in Kukuiing this turn. No point in using Max Potion. Let's just Lily. Probably should have saved my. Actually, I only have. How many Max Potions do I have left? I have 2, so let's see. We got our 1 Incineroar. That's fine. Max Potion not playing. Let's just go Burning Slam GX. So we're just going to knock this thing out with our Super Boost while we have it. That's fine. Understandable. And there comes another Fire Energy. So that's good. I have 2 Max Potions left. Just kind of need to... I guess if we kind of like... No, they would only have 1 prize left to take. I don't think I can stomach this. I don't think that I can quite take it. Maybe I could have like Max Potioned and Kukui'd and taken the knockout there on that Buzzwole, and maybe just said that we're not using Super Boost, but I felt like I wasn't going to be able to kind of, I think that's what we had to do. Now that I'm looking at it, I had to Kukui. I just did not want to Max Potion that Super Boost energy. I wanted to use it, but I think that like in retrospect, that's a super greedy play. My opponent is going to be able to just trash lance one of these Oricorios for a game now, so I couldn't really let that thing get knocked out. I think I had to do that. That was the correct line of play. So unfortunate, but it's all good. My opponent's got Guzman, they got game. That's just the way it is. We were able to take it down to 2 prizes, so that feels okay. Let's just go ahead and Kukui here, see what else we get. And I probably should have Nest Balled first, but I didn't want to play the item if I don't have to. I already have a bunch of items in the discard pile. Then we're just going to Hustling Strike, take that knockout. save my max potion. They got Guzma, it's game anyway. 2 more prizes to take. We're kind of close, and we can see how maybe if I took a different route, maybe if I decided to Kukui last turn, they wouldn't be taking a knockout, and then maybe we're like, you know, a turn ahead, and we could actually make it happen. Are they actually taking a knockout here? I don't think so. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So they're doing 160. If they rescue Stretcher, they promoted the Garbodor, so I'm assuming they don't have Guzma in their hand, weirdly enough. They have 3 Guzmas in the discard pile, so they actually probably do not have Guzma in their hand. In which case, we could win this game, theoretically. Definitely not the craziest thing. We could win. We only have to take 2 more prizes. Like, we got enough max potions to do it. So, yeah, I think, do these decks even play 4 Guzma? They might not be playing 4 Guzma. They might be playing short. So, let's see. We barely hang on there. We've got 50 hit points remaining. We've got max potion Kukui in my hand, so I don't want to play too many more items, but I do want to make sure that I have Kukui for game next turn. So, I think I kind of have to, let's see. Well, first of all, we're going to max potion here. And then I thin my deck by 1 card but I think I don't have any Pokemon left in my deck, honestly. So I'm just going to Kukui first. Let's just do that. We don't have the Kukui in my hand. I have enough to get another Incineroar into play, but I don't really think that there's any point in that. I could just Guzma for game. Oh, I don't need Kukui, so we're fine. Yeah. So we got the knockout here. Literally, if my opponent just doesn't win the game right here, then I win. I have it. I have Guzma and I have an energy to knock out their Mimikyu or anything else. So let's see what they've got. They did not promote, you know, Oranguru. I'm thinking that they don't have that game-winning Guzma and that they're just going to have to hit into me again, in which case we could just win the game, but they do attach to their bench Buzzwole. The Buzzwole's not going to be able to do it. They scoop. They don't have it. Oh, that was incredible. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. They had run themselves out of Guzma early on. Now that I'm thinking about it, they were very aggressive with their Guzmas. I think more aggressive than they needed to be. They just were like burning them going into things like the Oricorio, going into the Magcargo. So then they didn't have that game-winning Guzma when it mattered most. Let's roll 1 more here. See what we're playing against. This actually should be a horrendous matchup. I think this is a Rayquaza Vikavolt, and I don't think that there is any winning this matchup. That deck will just do 300 damage just very easily, and this deck, I think, depends on your opponent not ever doing that. So I think that this matchup is a no-go. I don't know what Andrew Dankus was. I think he probably is just in it for the memes and just like wanted to try and get me to play a meme deck. I don't know why he would do me like that, but honestly, anytime, you know, I get like an interesting, fun deck like this, like I'll play it. What's the harm in playing it one time just to kind of try out a new idea? I don't think that there's any kind of harm in that, but there is going to be a lot of harm in just getting slaughtered here. So that is going to just feel really, really bad. For sure, but it's all good. Oricorio, we do get to use our passionate dance here to get things started, so that's gonna feel pretty good. Definitely gonna be feeling that. Gonna get ourselves a bunch of Brodies into play, and yeah, we get a bunch of what are the Littens. It's gonna get lit. We're going to use Dex Pure Flames. We're going to be able to get a bunch of those guys into play. While my opponent very aggressively, you know, kind of mills and gets energy into play here, they're going to be doing their damage very quickly. And that is kind of scary. So, oh well, let's see. We've got ourselves Nest Ball. Honestly, yeah, we're going to get ourselves a Litten there. And there are other Littens. The list Andrew Dankus sent me had the one that, you know, that draws cards. I'm not super into that one. 70 hit points seems better to me, but that's just my opinion. And that, let's see, we just want to go get 3 Littens. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Or we put the Oricorio down. Actually, don't mind putting the Oricorio down. And then just getting like 2 Littens kind of seems fine, because that way I can Lily for more cards next turn. So I'm going to do that, and then let's just Passionate Dance and get ourselves 2 of the cat people. Yes, 2 cat people. Very good. So we're going to do that, and then hopefully my opponent doesn't have like a turn 2 knockout on me. That'd be pretty dope, like, not going to lie. I think, oh my gosh, this, I mean, yeah, we're like, I'm trading, like, I'm going to be 2-hit KOing the, oh, what do they got? they're going to bring up this other Oricorio, and then they're just going to Tempest. They ain't got it like that, right? You're just going to Tempest that whole hand? Or do they have the Vikable? They are going to Tempest that whole hand. Oh my gosh, what did they let go? They just didn't have it, huh? Rescue Stretchers, Rare Candies. So let's hope that they got like a super bummy looking hand off of that. That's the hope, I think. And then this is actually kind of, not cool for me personally, because I don't want to commit another energy to this thing. So I think I'm just going to put an energy on my Torcat. I'm not going to Passionate Dance. We're just going to do that. And then let's just Lily, draw some more cards. And yikes, yep, we're kind of just stuck here. They got me found out, so it's all good. Got a Kukui for next turn, draw a few more cards. We've got Max Potion, but honestly, if they just need to attach an energy and they're knocking out my Oricorio, so tough stuff. Oh yeah, this is not good. This is bad. This is bad. I'm fine. Hey, we won one game with Incineroar though, which is more than I thought we were going to win. So I'm fine. We lose this one bad. That means we go 50%, and we're gonna cut it there. Just 50%. It's cool. We can say we went 50% with the Incineroar deck. It was a lot of fun. We showed off the studio. Pretty busted video, honestly. Nothing to worry about, but I'm really excited about the prospect of streaming from here. So that's something that's gonna be super dope going forward. Honestly, they have weekly shop tournaments here at Full Grip on Wednesdays. So heading forward, we're gonna get a stream table set up in the shop, and then I'm gonna be able to commentate on a lot of those stream matches. So that's gonna be cool. Gonna be able to stream that straight to Tricky Gym. So that is a lot of fun as well. And it's just gonna be kind of an amazing opportunity for me. I think at this point the game is more or less over. I don't really see myself being able to do anything about this unless my opponent somehow miraculously has 6 energy prized, 5 energy prized in their last I would have to have 5 energy prized and their last thing. I can't really think. Their last energy recycler, right? They just have to have all that prized, for sure. So let's see what we got going on here. All right, we've got ourselves an Incineroar. It's pretty dope. And then we've got ourselves an Oricorio. Let's see, we've also got a Magcargo that we can get going. Honestly, I don't really... 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18... 21, 24, 27. All I need is 3 energy into play next turn. I think they've got it, and they're going to be taking a 1-hit KO on this thing. So that is a feel bad. I would love to... Can we just Blaine's Last Stand? I really want a Blaine's Last Stand. So I think that I'm going to try and set up a situation where I do hit a Blaine's Last Stand. So I think I want to Ultra Ball away the Max Potion and the Lily. And I want to get myself a Mahcargo, and that is something kind of cool that you can do. Is you could just set up I know I'm going to be able to Blaine's Last Stand here, evolve this, because I'm going to turn my top deck into a burnable card. So we're just going to give ourselves a, let's see, we're going to be drawing a lot of cards. So I'm going to give myself not the super boost. We're going to give ourselves a fire energy. Sure, I'm going to give ourselves the fire energy. I think that's fine. We want to save the super boost, and we want to clean 1-hit knockout a clean Rayquaza. That's kind of what we have to do here. So Blaine's Last Stand, super cool card in this deck. Draw 2 cards for each fire Pokemon you have in play. We're going to be drawing 10 cards. So that is super... Oh, wow. We definitely lose now. Now there's no hope whatsoever. I love Vikare, man. This deck is just so cool, honestly. Such a cool deck. So dope. Does so much damage. Does not care if you're playing Incineroar or Wishy-Washy. None of that stall stuff is working out for you. So they are probably going to go ahead and find maybe that second energy recycler right now, but I don't know. They did go get the Volkner. The Volkner makes me think that maybe they are starting to run lower on energy. I don't think that they can really mess this up for themselves, though. And with 2 of these vehicles, they can, if they don't put their energy in the right spots, if they kind of just are wasteful, they've already milled 1 energy recycler. If they don't use that... Oh, they have a choice band. Okay. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Okay. And then they're just going to choice band it to get it to work there. That's fine. But they could be out of energy, though. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You know, they only accelerated once. Maybe they're just saving, intelligently saving their, they're just saving their draw there, or saving their energy recycler. That word's prized. If it's prized, that could be very good for me. So let's do this, and then we're going to make cargo here. We're going to smooth over. We're going to stack a, I think I want to stack a rare candy onto the top of my deck. Cool. And then we're going to Blaine's Last Stand here. We're going to draw 10 cards, so that's pretty sweet. Give ourselves the rare candy, and we've got a bunch of dudes out here, so that is awesome. Let's see, we've got ourselves a Slugma, so we can use that. I can Ultra Ball for some things, so let's Ultra Ball for, yikes, what do we got here? We're going to put that into play. We don't need to, actually, but let's Ultra Ball. The Guzma, and we want the other rare candy. The Kukui, I actually don't see myself using, really, which is funny. Then let's get ourselves let's get the Rainbow Rare Incineroar. That's pretty dope. Sweet. So we're going to get that. We're going to bench the Slugma. We're going to rare candy into Incineroar here. And I think that we're just going to take this knockout. I've got Super Boost, but the Super Boost ain't doing nothing so long as I don't have 3 Stage 2s in play, which is asking a lot considering my guys can just get like one hit KO'd right now. And we just have to hope that my opponent's in an energy drought situation. That's the only way that I think that we get ourselves out of this mess. But I suspect that they were just saving their strong charges just for when they get another Ray into play. I think they probably mill here. Oh, they didn't mill their other energy recycler. We definitely are hoping for that. So they probably are just going to attach the energy from the discard pile. Then if they can strong charge 2 more, they'll have it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Actually, they'll be short. So they have the choice band. So, and they have the energy recycler in hand, so they were safe to mill there. That should just be set and match here. I don't think, like with all those energies left in the deck, especially in the one-hit knockout here, I would have to, I just would have had to, I had to hit the GX there somewhere on a clean Ray, and I needed them to miss their energy attachment. There was just no other way that it was going to work out. But anyways, this deck is fun to play. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I saw this card printed, I thought to myself that it seemed like, at least it seemed playable, you know, because just a 1 energy attack for 110 damage is very strong. On a stage 2 with 250 hit points, it's just like, that's good. I mean, no matter which way you kind of cut it up, like it's just a it's a relatively good attack. I mean, a GX attack that takes 1 hit KOs, like that's good as well. Things are just ugly here, though. My opponent, yeah, they got it, man. Like we ain't got it like that. They can just knock out whatever I put forward. So we're gonna say you have a good deck, and also that you have played well, and we're gonna give it to my opponent. So that is that. But anyways, let me know, what do you guys think of the Incineroar deck in the comments below. I'm gonna show it off here real quick. And you can either shout out Andrew Dankus for showing this to me, or you can blame Andrew Dankus for showing this to me, whichever you prefer. But honestly, kind of a fun little deck there, not too shabby. And we did get to use Blaine's Last Stand, so that's fun, right? At least we did get to draw a ton of cards with Blaine's Last Stand, so that's pretty cool. I think it's just lacking a little bit. We kind of did get away with that first game there, just barely. But the deck is just a little underpowered. I mean, when you do have the Kukui set up with the Magcargo, things can stream very well. But getting that whole machine set up without Lele is all like a little bit tough. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Check out the Etsy store and Patreon stuff in the description below. And I know a lot of people were asking about that Garchomp list that Riley had played against me on camera the other day this week. I have the Garchomp list on my Patreon right now, doing a weekly deck discussion on it, and then also the War Turtle video for the month of what month? September. Yes, the War Turtle video for the month of September is also on that Garchomp deck. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check it out in the Patreon link below. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.